Good morning, everyone. Let's bring our hands to our hearts for our opening song. The earth is firm beneath my feet, the sun shines bright above, and here I stand so straight and tall, all things to learn and love. In the last two videos, the first video on Monday we talked about pollinators, and on Wednesday we talked about Earth Day. And today I would like to talk about bees with you. So before we get started, let's practice some bee breaths. Sit up nice and tall, take a deep breath in, buzz like a bee, buzz. Let's do two more. Breathe in, buzz. Last one, buzz. I hope you're feeling nice and calm and ready to learn. So, a reason why I would really like to talk about bees with you today is bees are one of the most important pollinators that we have. And bees work really hard all day long to pollinate flowers and plants and trees. And I would like to share some really interesting facts about them. Before we get started, I want to make sure that you all remember, what are some pollinators? Can you think of other pollinators besides bees? If you can think of them, you can share with whoever's watching the video with you. Have you been watching the pollinators? What do you notice that they do? All right, now it's time to learn some fun bee facts. So the first fact that I would like to share with you is that 85% of plants exist because of bees. That means that the majority of our plants and our trees exist because bees pollinate them. So bees are really important. There are also three types of bees. There's a worker bee, a queen bee, and a drone. And the worker bees are all females. So females are the women or the girls. And the worker bee's job is to collect the pollen and nectar to feed the colony, to clean the hive, to make honey. So they have a really important job. They seem to take care of the queen and the colony. They collect the honey and the pollen. And so the female bees, the worker bees, are the bees that we see outside pollinating the flowers and trees. The queen, her job is to lay eggs. And something really interesting is she lays up to 1,500 eggs a day. That is a lot of eggs, and that's a lot of baby bees. And the third type of bee is a drone. And the drone are the male bees. So those are the men or the boy bees. And their job is to mate with the queen bee. So their job is to help create more eggs and more baby bees. So there are three types of bees: the worker, the queen, and the drone. So a really other interesting fact about this is out of those three types of bees, only two of those bees can sting you. Which bees do you think can sting you? The worker bees and the queen. So only the female bees can sting you. And as you know, do bees want to sting you? Not so much. Often when they sting, it's because they're feeling really scared. And most bees actually die after they sting you, so they really don't want to harm you. The best thing to do when a bee comes near is to realize that they probably just think you're a flower. So if you stay really still, they'll check you out, realize you don't have what they want, and they'll fly away. So another fun fact that most of you probably know, that bees make honey. And they do that by collecting nectar and sweets from plants and from trees. And the honey is stored in the honeycomb as a food source for the colony. So the bees actually eat the honey. And the last fact I'd like to share with you is I'm going to ask you a question first. Where do you think the bee's buzz comes from? Where does that sound come from? So a lot of people might think that the buzz comes from the beating of their wings, but it actually doesn't. There's muscles inside their body that are vibrating, and vibrating kind of means to shake or to tremble. And there are muscles in the bee's body that vibrate, and that's what makes the buzz, buzz, buzz sound. So those are some fun facts about bees, and I really encourage you to learn more about bees. Maybe you and your family can read some books about them and also just observe them while you're outside. Something I'd like to share, we've read this a lot at Forest School and you've all really liked it. This is a great book. It's called When the Bees Buzzed Off. It has a lot of factual information. It's a really fun book. There's lots of lift the flaps. And the author is Lula Bell. So I'm gonna bring that close in case anybody is interested. Highly recommend this book. I love it. All right, it's time for some songs. Let's all get our beehive out. Here is the beehive. Where are the bees? Hiding away where nobody sees. Watch them come creeping out of their hive. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. The next song is called Do You Like to Buzz? Do you like to buzz? Are you covered all in fuzz? Do you call a hive a home? In the garden where you roam, do you make a lot of honey? Are your stripes a little fuzzy? Do you like to buzz? All right, everyone, it's time for our wish spell. Let's bring our hands to our hearts. Today, I would like to wish well my Aunt Marie. It's your turn to wish someone well. Let's sing our song. We wish you well, we wish you well, all through the day today, we wish you well. I almost forgot that I wanted to share something with you. So in our last video, we talked about Earth Day, and we talked about how it's a great day to think about how we can keep the earth healthy. And bees are something that helps to keep the earth healthy, and they're actually really threatened right now. They're dying because a lot of people spray chemicals on their plants and on their gardens, and these chemicals actually kill the bees. So something we can do to help the bees stay healthy and to survive is to plant flowers that aren't sprayed with chemicals in our garden. And so something I wanted to show you is, as you can see, I live in an apartment, so I don't have a full garden, but down in here are my little wildflowers, and they have sprouted. And I actually received these seeds from a conservation group that encouraged you to plant them for bees and other pollinators. And so that's one way that you can help the bees. I would love you and your family to come up with some other ways that you think you could help and protect the bees. All right, it's time for our closing song. Let's bring our hands to our hearts. Where I stand is holy, sacred is the ground. Forest, mountain, river, listen to the sound. We all fly like eagles, flying so high, circling the universe on wings of pure light. All right, everyone, missing you so much. Have a great day. Bye.